name is Shay, aka the Salty Stitcher here on YouTube, and this is my 16th video. I don't know, it doesn't matter. This is a stitchy first video as opposed to like a floss tube videos, which I do every other week, or like on alternating weeks, however you want to say that. This is going to be concerning my mysterious adventure project start. I'm pretty late for it, but it is kind of the thing that, like, it's going to take some planning, and you know, I just wanted to make sure I planned it. So if you've been in other videos or watched other videos of mine rather, you know that I've mentioned this a couple times in a row now. This is again the mysterious adventure project M.A.P. I guess technically from Ink Circles. Sorry, it's been a long day. Ink Circles, and it was started back in June, I believe. It's a stitch along, but it's an odd stitch along. So the reason why it's an odd stitch along is we are quite literally creating a map, right? A fantasy kind of game map, a la, you know, Dungeons and Dragons, right? And so the entire point of this is that there's a gazillion different ways that this could work out, right? There's some basic parameters. It is 200 by 300 stitches roughly. There's going to be borders, there's going to be coastlines, like there's some basic parameters, but the reality is it is very much a choose your own adventure kind of experience. I talked about how I was planning on using a fabric called Rainbow Sherbet by Forbidden Fiber, but I think Forbidden Fiber Co. I think it's going to be way too kind of bright and colorful, considering how many colors I'm about to show you. I won't use all of these, sure, but I want to make sure that I have a good portion out and ready for myself, I guess, if you want to say that. I ended up going with Ginger Root by Forbidden Fiber Co. This was one of my fabrics of the month on the neutral month, and it is this kind of like, you know, warm neutral, right? So I figured that would be good color for parchment. And it is a 1/4 of a yard of Belfast linen, 32 count, which should be plenty big enough for 300 by 200 stitches. But now that I've said that, I'm going to double check that. Just because I am anxious. That's the only reason why. So, let's see. I'm just going to do a cross stitch fabric calculator, cross stitch fabric calculator. I'm going to use fat quarter shops, and then I'm going to do 300 by 200 stitches. It is a 32 count even weave, like I said. I want at least, we'll say 2 inches just at the bare minimum. 2 inches on either side. Why didn't it work? Oh, there we go. Okay, so I need 18, I need to have at least 22 by 16. Technically, we'll say 23 by 17. And a fat quarter is, I can never remember, fat quarter size is 18 by 22. So it is just barely enough. It should still be fine though. I try to make sure that I'm pretty specific on my sizing. So just barely big enough at a size 32. I think this is also 32 as well. Yeah, it is. So perfect. So it'll be about that size. So it's about, it's a tiny bit small, but if you've also been on one of my videos before, you know that I don't do anything with my finishes anyways, so it doesn't really matter what size it is. So we'll be using 32 count Ginger Root by Forbidden Fiber Co. It is a 1/4 yard. And yeah, so then the other part of this was that because I was using Forbidden Fiber Co. and I was going to use such a funky fabric to begin with, my thought was to use just Forbidden Fiber Co. floss, because I'm part of the Fabric of the Month club. I'm also a part of both floss clubs, 2 floss clubs. I don't know if there's more than that, but I'm part of 2 floss clubs. So I have an obscene amount of Forbidden Fiber Co. floss, which you should be able to see kind of in the overhead. Dammit. No, don't fall. Sorry if it's shaky. You should be able to see in the overhead. So the plan was just to use what I had already. This is not all of my Forbidden Fiber Co. floss. This is what I picked out to fit in with the requirements as listed by the pattern, right? Because I was missing some colors, I went ahead and bought some floss from Forbidden Fiber Co. Most of this is not super highly variegated on purpose because I have a lot of very highly variegated floss from Forbidden Fiber Co. Like this one, which is one of the limited edition ones from the Kaleidoscope Thread Club. Sorry, my dogs are, as per usual, being a bit spicy with each other. So because so much of this is so highly variegated, and I wanted to make sure that I had options, I went ahead and bought not super highly variegated. Most of it isn't super highly variegated, if nothing else. Bought some basic colors like whites. I bought a lot of like packs that are on sale so that I could get kind of a variety of colors if I needed them. Because I'd rather have way too much floss than have too little floss. On top of that, just today, my floss of the month for this month has arrived. So there's some more colors in here that I can dig through that I'm probably going to try to add to my pile and get rid of some of the colors that I pulled out that weren't Forbidden Fiber Co., right? Like this Night Stalker's Calling. I'd rather keep this to something where I'm using this and kind of challenge myself to only use one brand. That's my plan. I don't know if it's a challenge because I have so much, but that's my plan, right? So what I'm planning on doing today is I'm planning on doing a start. I'm going to go over kind of the way this works, and then I think we're going to pick my first, make my first pick, if that makes sense, which is going to be the border. Again, I'm super behind, but we're going to do the border, and then I might, kind of insert some footage of me stitching. I may not. Sometimes it's kind of difficult to get footage of me stitching. So, but we'll go ahead and go through the start of this project. And I'm going to make sure that you can see this. I'm going to be sharing my iPad like I did a couple videos ago. There we go. Okay, so this is what the first kind of page of this looks like. There's no actual pattern in here. This is literally just, the basic stuff. There's a lot of stuff that is very much choose your own adventure, right? And that's the whole point of this, is that we're going to be able to kind of choose what we want. So we need dice and coins. A good set of polyhedral D&D dice will be optimal. We'll use more than just the standard six-siders. If you don't have or want dice, you can achieve the same results with cards. So I have my favorite tarot deck right here because I don't own polyhedral dice. So this is my favorite tarot deck. My favorite tarot deck. This is the Modern Witches tarot deck. I will be pulling out the major arcana cards just because it says it. We'll see if I end up doing that today, but I went ahead and grabbed it just in case. Talked about fabric already. We talked about floss. All of this is cotton floss. I'm not using any silk, mostly just because I don't want to fuck it up and then use something expensive like silk as I F it up. So that's part of it. So this is the list of floss, right? This is the list of floss. And the other kind of thing I was concerned with, now that I'm thinking about it, sorry to be a little bit floaty or flighty, but she's not necessarily giving us floss counts because she doesn't know what you're going to use because of how highly variable this process will be, right? And so one of the things I also wanted to do is I wanted to have extra options in case, let's say I use this as one of my colors, right? This is chalkboard, right? I think I bought a couple of skeins of it, if I remember correctly. But what I want to do is if I don't have enough to finish everything, I'd rather have this and then have other options, like for instance, this one's obsidian, right? So they're pretty close, and the variability, I dropped some stuff on the floor and my puppy will try to eat it. I can almost guarantee it if I left it there, right? So the whole point of this is to have as many options as I need so that if I run into a problem, I have a way of pivoting, if you will, right? So let's get started. So black or dark outlining color. So again, I've got that one. Maybe I bought a couple of obsidian. That's what I did. Black or dark outlining color. Well, we'll stick that one there. Black or dark outlining color. And I went ahead, I think I went and grabbed So again, I'm going to pull out the ones that I kind of grabbed as an just in case I need it type of thing. So my black or dark outlining color are going to be these guys, right? So I have, are you okay, Louie? That was a sneeze. That was a sneeze. It shook your whole bodies. It did. It shook your whole bodies. Sorry, I'm very easily distracted today. So I got 3 skeins of obsidian, right? And then I got a skein of chalkboard, which must have been part of a set, I'd imagine. And then I've got a itsy bitsy little skein, 6-yard skein of one of a kind number 46. So all of these are going to be my options for, make sure you can still see me. All of these are going to be my options for my dark outlining color, right? If I end up using them for something else, fabulous. But for sure, this is going to be my dark outlining color. So that one I got. I can also probably use this one as my medium gray if needed, but I think I also got a couple of other ones. Because grays were one of the things that I was really worried about, was that I wouldn't have enough kind of like variation in my gray. I don't think there was any gray in those. Oh, I have some caviar, so that one could be a medium gray if I needed it to be. I have OOK 133 if I wanted a bit more variability. Could have sworn I bought like a gray. You know, I try to be organized, and then I don't, because that's who I am. I also got black flame candle, which is super highly variegated, so depending on what it's being used for, could be helpful. But all of these are going to be kind of like my grays for right now. So I have a medium, we'll say I have a light gray for the sake of it. I feel like I had a light gray. Did I leave it in the bag? Is that what I did? I have grayish as another gray option. Oh, here we go. And this one will probably stick just for the sake of it for right now. This is one of my floss vomits from Dying for Sass. So if I need a light gray that's kind of super unvariegated, I have that one. So I'll keep it in here. My hope is that I won't use it, because I do want to keep to just forbidden fiber code. There we go. It's been a weird week, so please forgive me for being slightly odd today. Nah, there's not really any gray in there. Okay, cool. So we'll call this I think I also pulled this one out just in case I needed it for another dark gray. So those are all of my grays. I really do not expect that I will be using all of these grays. Please hear me. I'm not expecting to use them. What I'm expecting is to need them if I put them away. That's the reality of it. I feel like I will need them if I put them away, and so I'd rather not put them away until I know I don't need them. Here is my white. I went with Vanilla Blossom rather. I could always grab something else in terms of white. Like I have this Snowball if needed as well from Classic Color Works. But my plan is to not need it, hopefully. Really, so the only one that I'm hoping that I will need absolutely is that gray. And I don't know why I didn't buy another gray. I bet anything is still in the bag, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so 2 shades of one brown family, plus a different brown, plus a tan. Now, these ones I think are probably pretty new. So let's look at this. So that could probably be a bit of a brown or gray, but it's not really. Here's another kind of medium grayish color too that could probably work for those. I'll move these out of my way so I'll stop looking at them. This is another one that I'd had a hard time with because I don't have a lot of brown. So we got those 2 so far. I've got this one. I've got this one. I've got this one. And that's more of a, that's not really brown, that's more gold, isn't it? Yeah, we'll use it as gold. All right. So 2 of one brown family, which is what these were intended to be. So 2 of one brown family. I think I have another brown in here in my, thing of tricks. I wish I'd been more organized. But I had to go to work today, so that's part of the problem. As a Saturday, that's never fun. Okay, so 2 of 1 brown, a second brown. 2 of 1 brown, a second brown, and then a tan. These aren't really tan. Peachy. So that one we'll kind of consider to be something that could possibly be used as well, depending. I think raisin was meant to go in here, so we'll stick it in here as well. The good news is this can be kind of funky because it's meant to be kind of funky, but okay, so we'll consider these to be my browns for right now, because if nothing else, I can kind of consider, yeah, we'll consider these my browns for right now. If I always need to go and get something else, I can get something else, but we'll consider these my browns. So I have 2 shades of 1 brown family, and I have different brown plus tan. So I have the 2 shades of 1 brown family for sure. And then I have things that I think can pass as tan, though they might be really close to my fabric color. It's gonna be tight, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay, those are my browns. Sorry for the messiness. 3 shades of 1 blue. These are ocean blue colors plus a different blue. So I know that I had this one on lock. I had plenty of blue. And I pulled out quite a bit of it. So kind of, again, depending on what is actually needed, I've got options. I've got lots of options. So depending a little bit on what's needed, my plan is to have more than I need, so I have enough. So these are all my blues. I'm sure there's a couple more hiding in here somewhere. Maybe this one here. I think that was one of the new ones. Yeah. Okay, so these are all my blues. So we'll consider those my blues. Definitely have this. Plums. Plums, plums, plums. So this is a plum for sure. I actually have 2 skeins of that, I just realized. This one's, I think, one of my new ones. These are plums. I don't think that's plummy enough, but these will probably work. So I have 3 plums just in case. And those are all pretty good plums. I need at least 3 greens. So I know I had this one in here. And I wanted to have a good kind of depth of green in case I needed it. That's not really green. That's not only green, so we'll leave that one alone. Oh, this one was oh no, that one's one of the new ones. Greens. All right, those are my greens. So again, I'm picking some really solid colors, or as solid as I can get in this kind of floss, but also some kind of more adventurous colors as well. So a medium gold, a yellow, and a terracotta. I had a hard time with terracotta because I'm not quite sure what they mean. I'm assuming they mean orange, but to me terracotta means browny orange. So here's some medium yellows. I got some yellows over here as well. I went ahead and pulled out, oh, this is a funky one. That's probably not going to be too helpful. I went ahead and pulled out like the Night Stalker's Calling yellow. I don't think I'll need it because I've got plenty now. We'll go ahead and stick this in here too, just in case it's needed. But I have a medium gold, a yellow, and then for terracotta, I went ahead and bought pumpkin spice. And I had a really funky one in here as well. Like that one, I think that was the only one I bought. Or I had, that I had picked out that might work for terracotta, depending on what it is, right? So those are those. And I'm gonna go through these one more time after I'm done here. Reds, 2 shades of red, a pink, 2 shades of red and a pink or a light red. No, don't leave. So I've got reds. 4 days. I definitely had plenty of reds. When I had bought some more, well, I think they were just part of things, but depending on what we're looking for as far as a pink, got some options, right? I don't think these bright pinks are going to be necessary at all, but I have reds in case I need them, right? All right, let me see what else was in here. Other nightlock. Oh, see, that was the other kind of like terracotta, but I think that one's too weird. I don't think that would be as useful. And that one's new, so that one wasn't part of that either. Oh, was this the tan that I thought about using? I think I thought about that one for tan, but we'll see. All right, so let's go back over this again, just so I have them all laid out. Probably stick that one in there with the reds as well. And I think that one was a freebie that I didn't buy. Okay, cool. So let's do this. Now, mind you, if you also decide that you want to try this, you don't have to do it like me. In fact, you probably shouldn't do it like me, because the reality is I'm a bit of a cluster today. And this was kind of been a bit of a cluster this entire time, right? My thought was, again, I'd rather have much more than I need than not have enough, right? Because there's nothing quite like not having enough of something when you really don't have the option to go buy it, because this stuff is not, like, if I buy one of these, some of these I can't buy at all because of the floss, like the floss club. I assume I can't buy them at all, right? And some of these, like if I buy them, there's no guarantee that it's going to look at quite the same, right? So there we go. And here we go, right? So let's go back over these just to make sure. Okay, so I need a black or dark outlining color, a medium and a light gray, and white, right? So this one I think is going to be a decent light gray. This is limited edition. It's probably one of my, it's one of my kaleidoscope floss of the months. This is my white. This is one of the ones I bought. It's a vanilla blossom. This is grayish. This would have come in a just flossing box. Another kind of medium light gray kind of option. This one is caviar, which can be another dark option. I have 3 skeins of obsidian. Let me find the other one. 3 skeins of obsidian. I have a skein of one of a kind number 46, but I only have 6 yards. So this one is probably not going to be, that might could be a medium gray, but this is probably not going to be an option that I use until I absolutely have to. I'm actually going to put this in with the blues because I think it might be helpful to have. Sorry, floss everywhere. But it's much more of a blue dark, and that might not be helpful here. I have a skein of chalkboard. I have a skein of black flame candle, which can be a medium gray depending on what it's for. And then I have this kind of cool greeny gray, which is one of a kind number 133 as another option, right? If absolutely necessary, and I absolutely need to, again, floss everywhere, I will use this light gray, which is in Floss Vomit from Dying from Sass. But I'm hoping I won't need to, because I'm hoping I can use nothing but the crap ton of Forbidden Fiber Co flosses I have. These are my browns, right? So I need 2 shades of one brown family. These are your coastline colors, and a different brown and a tan. So here's 2 shades of the same brown family. This is Melodramatic and Dark Walnut. These would be part of their regular floss, right? This is one of a kind. Oh, these are the same thing. No wonder they look the same. Huh. This is one of a kind number 141. This is a limited edition floss that is a definite maybe, because I don't know that it's actually going to work because it's so odd. But it could be a tan, I guess, if needed. And then I can kind of throw these 2. They're a bit plummy, but depending on what they're for, like raisin's probably a bit too plummy, actually. Screech Owl can be my other brown, right? So I have enough. The only thing I'm worried about is this tan color, but I'm sure that I can find something. If nothing else, I can use DMC. I hope not. I hope I don't have to. I'm hoping that I can make that work. But if nothing else, I have it, right? But we'll go ahead and excuse Raven because I think it's probably better in that pile anyways. These are my blues. I need 3 different shades of one blue family. These are your ocean blues plus a different blue. So kind of go through some of these. This one I think was planned to be my different blue, and then I was going to use a lot of these really sea greeny blues as my options, right? So for instance, like this one, most likely this one, and then probably that one maybe, or that one, for sure. But some of these I can be part of it. So these for sure are my ones that I'm picking most likely, or these are the ones that are most likely going to be picked, right? So this is Royal Blue, this is Frost, this is a limited edition color, another limited edition color, this is Collegiate. I also have Witch's Brew, another limited edition color, Mermaid, another limited edition, and then the Duke as options as well. So that should be done. I got plenty of blues. I have for my plums, it says you only need one plum, but who knows what a plum is going to be needed. I love purple. You can't catch me without purple floss. So these are some of my options. I have Raisin, I have One of a Kind number 91, I have Limited Edition, and I have Nightlock, and if necessary, I have another skein of the Nightlock. But those are good options. I have my greens. I need at least 3. That doesn't tell me what kind of greens or if I need anything extra. So I just bought a whole bunch, or not whole, I didn't buy. I have a whole bunch. I brought out a whole bunch of greens, right? It's just kind of options, right? Options is the name of the game. Because if I want to go a bit more of like a true green, I have some true greens. If I want a bit more of a brownie, kind of grungy green, the puppy is playing with his like toy, then I have that. So I have limited edition. I have olive. I have another limited edition, which is so weird to have to say. I have shamrock. I have Pan M. I have grasshopper, and I have another limited edition. But I have at least 3 greens. These are my kind of golds. So we'll put these off to the side because those are kind of a separate thing. I need a medium gold, like this one. I bet anything these were one of my tans. Yep, these were my tans. That makes me feel a little bit better. This one was my tan. So we'll stick that in here. This one is corn husk. This is going to go in my tan pile because it is pretty brown comparatively. I think both of these actually will probably go in my tan pile. This is Jingle Bells, and this is corn husks. So both of these will go in my brown pile for the time being unless needed otherwise. So I need a medium gold, a yellow, and 2 terracotta, and a terracotta. So a broomstick is my medium gold. Winter wheat is kind of a tanny color, or not a tanny color, like a sandy color if I need it. I don't think I will. Maybe I should put this in my like blacks and whites. Well, I'll leave it here, it's fine. I have squash blossom and lemon curd as my yellows. And then for terracotta, because again, I wasn't quite sure what terracotta was meant to mean, I have pumpkin spice. I have this limited edition, which is really freaking cool. I just don't know what I'm going to use it for. And then amber. So these are all kind of oranges, but they're a bit more on the reddish orange. So I'm hoping that they will look good. Let me go. Sorry. My charm bracelet's always catching floss. Let me go. Okay, there we go. Right? And then reds. So I need 2 shades of red and a pink or a light red. So I have quarter quell. I have azalea as one of my pinks. I have garnet. I have one of a kind number 134. I have 44, one of a kind number 44. I have 2 skeins of that actually, so I only probably need 1. So I'll put the other one away. As another pink, I have chili pepper. I have this limited edition, and then I have dark cherry as reds. Because in my head, vintage M.A.P should use a lot of red. I don't know why. It's just the way I think about it. If I end up doing some filming, let's do this. I will take out my Major Arcana cards, which is not how I use these. So, okay. So, I am going to cut out quite a bit of this so you can actually see well, I guess you can't see this here. That's fine. Okay, so rule number 1, nobody is watching you roll. So if you roll something you don't like, roll again, which is good because I am neurodivergent, I'm neurospicy, and I will follow the rule even if I don't like the rule. The final total stitch count, including the borders. This was nominally stated at 300 wide by 200 tall and will be subtly adjusted so the border repeats to come out even. It can be more radically adjusted if your cloth or desires are limited, which means I could, because of the fact that my fabric is a bit small, I could make it a bit smaller just to make my life a bit easier. We'll see. Extents. the edge of the map part, not counting the borders, right? So let's try this again. Okay, so ignore everything I just did. Not that you're gonna see it, because I'm gonna cut that bitch out. Make my life a little bit easier. Okay, so I'm going to roll a d4. So what I went ahead and did is I took out the top 4, 1 through 4 of the major arcana cards, right? So this is the Magician, which is number 1. It's also the picture on the book, or on the card, I guess, of the, what do you know what I mean? Blah, blah. It doesn't matter. Okay, so I went ahead and took out just the top 4 because I'm going to roll a d4. I don't have a d4. I don't play D&D often enough to have dice, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the top 4, or no, it's not the top 4 because it doesn't include the Fool, but which I feel a little bit like right now. So I took out 1 through 4 of the major arcana, and this is going to determine where I'm going to start, right? What corner of the fabric I'm going to start in, because it's all corners. And we are going to start in 2, which, not that you're going to see this because I cut it out already. This is going to be where I was going to start anyways. Okay, so there we go. So roll a d6 for your outer border. Leaf, rope, pennies. Leaf is 1 or 4. Rope is 2 or 5. Pennies is 3 or 6. So I have 1 through 6 of the major arcana. And I'm going to be doing 1, which is leaf, which is this guy right there, which of course would be the biggest freaking one. Of course it would be. Kind of want to go back, but it's okay. It'll be fun. I actually kind of like that one more anyways. Okay, next we're going to roll a d4. So I'm going to take out 5 and 6. 5 and 6. Yep, okay. I'm going to take out 5 and 6, and I'm going to roll a d4, then I'm going to add 3, and this is going to be my scale size. And the scale is the alternating white and red blocks around the inside of the border. Whoop. Don't want to look, don't want to look, don't want to look. 3. So I'm going to do 6. It's going to be my scale size. 6. It's going to be my scale size. And so the whole point of this is I'm going to do my border pattern in a certain number of repeats to get to about 300 by 200. And then I'm going to do 6 blocks of white, like 6 stitches of white, 6 stitches of red, kind of alternating around the inside of this border. Doesn't tell me what I want to do. But here's kind of some more information on the border map. I'll deal with that in a second because I haven't quite gotten to a place where I'm going to start doing that yet. You may have thought that algebra had no purpose in your life. And that's valid. That's valid. Okay. So we'll figure that out in just a second. If I decide to show you guys me stitching, I probably won't because I'm already at almost 40. Some of this is going to get cut out, but I'm almost at 40. I guess you can kind of decide. It says red and white, but it shows like multiple colors. I don't know what that's for. This border probably won't come out evenly, or even if it does, insert a segment somewhere anywhere about 3 to 5 inches long of a different scale pattern like the one of these 3 shown. So that's what these are for. So these go kind of randomly, insert a segment in order to kind of get it to finish, and then I would assume that this is also kind of your scale for your map. All right. If I end up showing you video of me stitching, which I really don't think I will because I'm pretty freaking tired, and I'm super behind on my SALs, good Lord. If you see it, I'll see you after that. If not, I had fun with you. I'm sorry I'm a bit hectic today, as per usual, I suppose. Holler if you have any questions, and we'll figure this out together if you're also doing it. See you later. Bye.